Well, our religious and social affairs correspondent Joe Little joins us now from our Cork studios. Joe, we heard Minister Fitzgerald earlier in the day referring to 17 reports, 20 years. This referendum has been a long time coming.
Indeed it has, and the first person to suggest an amendment like the one that's been issued today, the proposed amendment, was Judge Catherine McGuinness, the chairperson of the Law Reform Commission. And when she invested the Kilkenny incest case, she said that the Constitution, in the priority it gave to family, may have hindered people in the neighbourhood and in the professional services from reporting what was happening to the woman at the centre of that case. She was abused for about 15 years sexually by her father up until 1991. Then other cases arose, the Kelly Fitzgerald case, the West of Ireland farmer case, a litany of cases in which children were abused, most recently the Roscommon case. And it has been argued that, in fact, Judge McGuinness is wrong in that those cases should have been resolved using the current law, and it didn't require a constitutional amendment to resolve them. But simultaneously, a head of steam developed around the whole issue of clerical child sexual abuse and the fate of children in institutions, which had been effectively swept under the carpet in the late 60s in a report which was done at that stage by District Justice Kennedy. And when the Department of Justice hushed up the beating of children in Dangan Reformatory on the assurance to the civil servant in that commission that Archbishop John Charles McQuaid would put an end to that beating. So there was a conspiracy between the state, the authoritarian state, and the Catholic Church in particular, but other churches too, to fend off any investigations of child abuse. And then we had the report on Dear Daughter on RTE television, a drama documentary featuring in particular Christine Buckley. And then in 1999, of course, the States of Fear report and later the Cardinal Secrets report, published by the late, or produced, I should say, by the late Mary Raftery. And that led to the States of Fear reports, led to the then Taoiseach Bertie Ahern apologising on behalf of the state to the tens of thousands of children who've been abused in those institutions. And that has built up a head of steam which has indicated to people that it's time now. It's notable that the Taoiseach, Eamon Gilmore, referred specifically to the Ryan report today, Enda Kenny and Francis Fitzgerald referred to our lamentable legacy in the past of overlooking the interests of children. And that is the political context in which this referendum is going to take place.
Okay.
However, there is a Supreme Court judgment which it's important to bear in mind, which illustrates what this amendment, if passed, would change. To some degree, this is one of the changes, at least, that would emerge. In 2006, I think it was, the Baby Anne case was ruled on by the Supreme Court. Baby Anne went to foster parents at the age of 4 months. They were prospective adoptive parents, and the mother and her partner got married, came back and said that they wanted the child to go back to their custody and away from the prospective adopters who she'd been with for 10 months. And the judges in the Supreme Court unanimously ruled that that child could not be adopted because the parents had remarried, regardless of the neglect which they may have inflicted on the child in her early months.
Okay,
and it's notable that an adoption bill has been produced today, a draft adoption bill, in conjunction with the referendum wording, and that would overcome cases such as that one.
Okay, Joe Little in Cork. Thank you for that.